Hello to all of my Aquarius, happy midweek Wednesday to each and every one of you. Happy midweek Wednesday, Aquarius. Happy midweek Wednesday. We're getting ready for this full moon. We're going to have a full moon that's going to start out in Cancer, and then it's going to move into Leo. So I'm going to give you two sets of questions for those of you all who like the questions. Let's get into it, Aquarius. Let's get right into your reading. We have a 6-month prediction video up on Patreon for those of you all who are there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to have more content going up there very, very soon. Trying to give everybody an opportunity to watch their prediction video if you haven't had a chance to see it. All right, Aquarius, I am talking to you if you have Aquarius anywhere in your birth chart. Happy birthday to all of my Aquarius. As a person who has every single zodiac sign in my birth chart, when I do my readings, and I'm speaking to all parts of myself as well. So I'm not just reading the cards for you all, I'm reading cards for myself. So I'm also speaking to the Aquarius in me. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Happy midweek Wednesday to all of my Aquarius. You may be watching the video on Tuesday, the 23rd of January. But this reading is for the 24th of January through the 24th of February. If you're watching it on the 23rd, you have one more day for your other ruling planet, Uranus, to go station direct. Uranus is currently retrograde until January 24th, 2024, and then it'll go station direct. So that's where we are. So remember, Uranus is the planet of change, liberation, and freedom, right? So free your minds, Aquarius. This is a year of wealth. This is the year of wealth. There's going to be a lot of people that you've been trying to give advice to and trying to help. They're not going to want to hear you. And as things are happening for you, Aquarius, they're going to be sitting back wondering, okay, what is it? What is it? What is it? And you told them a long time ago. Continue being forward thinkers, Aquarius. And those who get it, they get it. Those who don't, they don't. But continue moving forward and continue being your humanitarian selves. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. I already prayed over your cards, Aquarius. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. Remember, we don't solicit readings, so if you get any DMs and Instagram or anything like that, it's not me or no one from my team. We don't solicit readings. All of my information is down below in the description. Let's do it. First card out leading the deck is the Four of Swords. Like I said before, get your rest. You all are forward thinkers. Here we have the Two of Cups. Here we have the Queen of Wands. Here we have the Two of Wands. We also have the Seven of Swords, right? So 4 and 7 is 11, which is a gateway number. It's a master number, and we have the Chariot card. This is exactly what I was talking about before I laid the cards out for you all, Aquarius. A lot of you all have shared with people some things that are now starting to see that they're coming true. Remember, this is the year of wealth, right? And so you all have a wealth of knowledge and information. Remember, you all are the smartest sign in the Zodiac, Aquarius, and you're the friendliest sign, so you don't mind sharing information. And there's a lot of people who just feel like, okay, they can't be smart and friendly. Like, what? But you all are. You're really, really friendly. Some people may have even accused you all of being flirtatious. But sources saying to you, this actually exposes more about you than it does about them. So if people are holding on to secrets and those kind of things and not letting you know certain things, there's a lot of levels to all of this, right? So if you believe someone's holding on to secrets, and as we get closer and closer to the full moon, remember the moon is in Gemini, right? Gemini is ruled by Mercury. I want to kind of help you all understand just what's going on behind the scenes. I know you all love learning, right? So when the moon was in Gemini, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Remember, Mercury just went station direct, right? It was in post shadow retrograde until the 20th of January. So that was like a post test. You got a chance to sit down and review how other people communicate versus how you communicate, how messages are sent out from you into the universe and to source and whoever else you send messages out to in the physical realm, and how you receive messages, those kind of things, your opinion versus their opinion, so on and so forth. And so communication planning. Because you all have so much information stored up that you've gotten in your spaceship and gone out and gotten to bring back, Aquarius, and you don't mind sharing that information, you all are not hoarders of information, There are some people who you can tell them all day long, this is the year of wealth and there's many forms of wealth, and they will still get offended because they don't understand. You're going to have to be okay, Aquarius, with closing out a cycle in love, because you can easily start to vibrate on a lower frequency and start thinking certain things like, okay, I try to tell them, but they ain't want to listen. You don't even have to do all of that. Get your rest. 4 and 7 is 11. 11 is a master number. So that means get off the fence and step into your light, right? Remember that the sun illuminates the moon. So get off the fence and step into the light, meaning, stay laser focused on your purpose here. Don't vibrate on a frequency where you're starting to think, why don't they get it? Remember, the dark side of the number 7 is like, why don't they understand? Why don't they get it? Learn how to be okay with closing it out sooner and moving on, okay? Because I see you have soulmate energy either coming across your path or currently in your life, and you don't want to bring that conversation. You don't want that, speaking of water, you don't want that to spill over into your soulmate situation, right? Because they may have their own stuff going on, and you don't want to remember when we're talking about communication, Aquarius, we're also talking about hearing what they're not saying. So this could be a really, really good friend that you are, getting to know. It could be your new significant other. It could be your spouse. It could be a sibling that's also for you as a friend, right? Family by default are not friends, but it could be somebody that you're growing with, right? And so you're not asking them to hold that dirty water, meaning those low vibrating thoughts about energies that you try to share information with and they just didn't want to get it, right? So I definitely see you feeling happy, charismatic, and free. And I do see you leaving the past behind of having negative ideas. Remember, this is about ideas. This is thinking, and this is really about ideas, being action oriented, and also your spirituality, right? So forward thinking, someone's operating in faith. Your prayer life is already increased. You're taking action to move on beyond. Because remember, I got to say this because you all are a fixed sign. So I don't want you to get fixated on having any low vibrating, allowing people to get to you. You just got to let people's element consume them. So if they're a water sign, you're letting their water consume them, right? If it's a fire sign, you're letting their fire consume them. If it's a earth sign, you're letting the earth consume them. If it's another air sign, you're letting the air consume them, right? Just let them talk, and think negative thoughts. You're moving on. You're not stepping down off of your throne. Hopefully that makes sense to you all, Aquarius, because I'm telling you, this year of wealth, with all the knowledge that you've acquired and the fact that that's just how you're wired, Aquarius, you love to learn. And when you share things with people just in love, like I said, drop off the golden nuggets if source tells you to drop it off, and then move on. Some people will take it and go, oh, this is exactly the information I was looking for. And some people will sit there and complain and complain and complain. And if you sit there long enough and listen to that as a fixed sign, you'll get fixated on trying to prove to them, where you got the information from, the references, all of that other stuff. So, yeah. So let me give you a little bit more about soulmate energy that's coming into somebody's life, right? So that's kind of how your card is starting off. Your cards is starting off with 4 of swords. Remember the light side of the number 4. 4 is an earth number. And so the light side of the number 4 is life happens, right? So you're still a divine being of light who's having a human experience. That's just how you're wired. You're an extremely smart sign and you're friendly sign, right? But the dark side of the number 4 would be, it's my way or the highway, right? So it's not your way or the highway, because you're not trying to be anybody's God. You're just being obedient to source, saying, okay, you're in your light, right? You're in your light. Some people may not receive what you're telling them, but eventually somebody else will come across their path to help them. And maybe they'll receive it that way. So you're definitely not offended. Here we have the Queen of Wands. Here we also have the 8 of Swords. Here we have the Dame of Swords, the Knight of Wands. Here we have the Ace of Wands, and also the Queen of Swords, right? Queen of Wands. I see your attitude. You and your attitude for you and your soulmate are the same. Is that neither one of you all want to burden the other with toxic water, like the thoughts of the toxicity that other people are trying to pour into your universe. I think I mentioned to you all again, before, Aquarius, and that's what source is rewarding you and your person for, right? Because to overthink it would literally drive you crazy. Remember, these bands they're not tight. They're not tightly wound, right? So the person just wanted to kind of sort of shake it off, like, okay, I'm just shaking off these thoughts and I'm taking off these blindfolds and I'm moving on, right? That's what source is saying. Don't sabotage yourself by complaining to somebody about what somebody else try to drop into your internal into your universe, right? So that's what you all have in common, is that you all are both very cerebral, because I'm seeing a lot of air here, right? So very cerebral. And so they listen for what you say and what you don't say, right? Just like you listen for what people say and what they don't say, right? As a fixed sign, you may be helping them to kind of go fixated on not spilling dirty water all over the place, if that makes sense. So if somebody's been saying, okay, I've been praying for, since you got a lot of fire here, and we have the Ace of Wands, this is your third eye being open, and source, and also Knight of Wands, source is saying stay away from treacherous, and those treacherous types of energies, people who are just ruthless, and just what they say, they jump to conclusions, they do all kinds of stuff. You don't have to overthink it or try to prove anything. This is not something you're bringing into. See these bowls of water right here? You're not dropping off the toxicity from other people's ideas, low vibrating ideas about themselves, and how they're not able to receive your message. You're not dropping it into another person's bowls, if that makes sense to you, right? We also have the Dame of Swords and also the Queen of Swords. So you're sitting on your throne, carefully vetting your thoughts and then feeling good about it, right? Again, you don't need to take action with energies that are committed to misunderstanding you. And I see the same thing for your person. I do see somebody getting married. And here's the thing about this. I feel like, looking at your cards here, Aquarius, whether it's getting married in business and or in love, because you may have in the past overthought things, and it may have, because your energy is directed outward as a divine masculine sign, maybe have come out of your mouth, like they call you at a certain time and you just start blurting stuff out of your mouth. Oh, I try to tell my colleagues something, and such and such and such and such, and they got upset, and you dumping it on, and the person was just calling you to say hello, check on you to see how your day was going, and those kind of things. And so you're learning how to manage that, because you're, again, not trying to dump dirty water onto theirs, and they're doing the same thing. They're sort of following your lead, your very powerful lead, Aquarius. And so be mindful of that. Also, for those of you all who are traveling, because I'm see this globe right here. For those of you all who are traveling and everything, if you've learned lessons in the past not to post certain things on social media, remember, it's the World Wide Web. It's reaching out to every continent on Earth, right? And so the same thing with posting images of you and your person. Same thing with posting information, because when you have people that are lurking and watching, they're seeing that you and somebody are happy, charismatic, and free, and people are wondering, okay, it seems like Aquarius's mood has changed. Keep people out of your business as much as you possibly can. Yeah, because again, you all are thinkers. You love to, and there are people out there plotting and planning. There are people out there plotting, planning, watching, stalking, those kind of things. And I'm not telling you all this for anybody to get nervous or even to be paranoid. I'm just helping you to learn how to adapt to change, right? That's what that moon in Gemini. Gemini is a mutable sign, highly adaptable. So you're learning how to adapt, and just learning, okay, your factual memory could be that when you were in soulmate relationships, it could have been a new organization that you joined, a new job or whatever. You're like, okay, these are the types of the colleagues that I prayed for, like, wow. And you're putting all that stuff on social media. You never know who knows whom. So I see a lot of you all learning how to protect yourself and also protect other people, as well. And also having those conversations. You're listening intently, like I said, for what they're saying, what they're not saying. Excitement can cause a person, this fire right here, somebody's excited. They feel like they have a clear focus, like, okay, I'm clear that this is the job that I'm on. And you start getting online and start typing, oh, today in my company, such and such and such and such. And you're telling all this. People are watching and people are listening, Aquarius. So I definitely see, with all of this communication, you're paying attention now. You're not just kind of off on a spaceship somewhere like, okay, well, let me go back and help as many people as I want to. Hear a person when they're telling you that they don't want your advice. Hear that the first time, right? Hear what they're not saying, because that's what I'm saying here in the cards. But also you want to have enough strength to say, I hear a person that's saying, okay, I hear what you're not saying, in a positive way. You want that energy, that thought, that thinking process to be when that manager says to you, that new manager says to you, because I see a new job for somebody, new love interests, new friendships, and traveling and all of that. Here, when your new manager says to you, great job, Aquarius, this is exactly what, basically what they're saying with this is, you are the employee that they prayed for, but they can't say it in front of everybody else. So they're like, oh, great job, right? So hear that too. Save your brain power for that and all the other things that you love learning, because somebody is, again, acquiring more wealth of knowledge, right? That you're going to apply to whatever it is, the resources that you need to change other people's lives. Here we have the Six of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Lover's card, the World card, the Lover's card again, and the Star card. Like I said, I'm seeing some marriage in business and or in love for you all. So like I said, hear what people are saying, but also hear what they're not saying. You know, pay attention to all of these things. Right here, we also have the Star card, which is your card. Your light is shining very bright. And again, that's why I say this right here. The sun illuminates the moon. When the moon moves into Cancer and then into Leo, in Cancer, you're going to know, you're going to remember, because remember, Cancer is ruled by the moon. So your feelings, your intuition, your subconscious habits, your moods, emotions, the need for your spirit to be fed will be very, very strong. You may be even super emotional, right, in a healthy way, but also in a way where you're remembering loved ones who transition. So you have a lot of ancestors around you helping to protect the sanctity of you and something new, whether it's a new job, and just constantly reminding you when you want to think and maybe react. Source is saying, no, it's easy to just block things and move on, right? Here we have the World card, right? So you have already fulfilled, you've already gone through that already. So this is Saturn right here. You've already learned how to set boundaries, Aquarius. So with new love, new job opportunities, new friendships coming across your path, you've already feel like, okay, I've been around the world in this. Speaking of globe, I've already been around this, enough times to know that I don't have to say everything that I'm thinking. I got the message loud and clear, right? Seven of Swords here. Same thing your person is learning as well, whether it's in business and or in love. And by the way, business could also mean the new job, like you are an asset to a company or an organization. So you're looking more of it like as a partnership versus just an employee, right? So your person is also learning the same thing. It's like, okay, when they're starting to have low vibrating thoughts about certain things, okay, those are things that you need to move on from, like change the channel in your brain, Here we have the Six of Swords, because 6 and 4 of Swords, and this is another reason why Source is, really, really emphasizing rest here, is because you and someone else have gone through a lot of backstabbing, a lot of pain, a lot of Judas types of energies. And so make this the year is that it's not a lot of those, because you heard the message loud and clear. So that's what I'm seeing for you all. Get prepared for a full moon, Aquarius, because a full moon is a time for protection. It's a time for healing. It's a time for guidance. It's a time for your intuition and creativity, but also workings associated with banishing and letting go things. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you're letting go of that. You've already been around that before, right? So you're letting go of that. Okay, I got to overshare. I got to say everything that I'm thinking. This is you being in that feminine energy. This is feminine. I got to be in my feelings about certain things, and react to energies that are trying to cut you deep with the sword, with their words and their actions. So you've already learned all of that, right? Some of the things that you all can do during the full moon, Aquarius, is divination. You can harvest your herbs or herbs at this time, as they are easier to dry. You can also make moon water to drink. You can cleanse and charge your tools under the moonlight. You can make protective amulets. You can cleanse and charge crystals in the moonlight as well during the full moon phase, right? Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, Aquarius. Let's keep it going. So, yeah. Yep. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. So, if you're in any new friendships, any new jobs, any new such and such, protect your energy. If that means like your company wants to take pictures and you're like, nah, I don't want to take a picture, whatever, then, have the conversation with whom, well, first of all, you're going to, like I said, see somebody already praying, but have the conversation with whomever source is, have the conversation, because a lot of companies like take pictures and post stuff online. Just whatever you need to do to protect your energy. But first, go to spirit, go to source. Here we have the Magician card. And so source definitely wants you to, this is attached to Mercury, balance, and this is also balance. So somebody has been in enough relationships in the working in personal and professional to learn balance, right? And again, here's the Seven of Swords again, right? Seven of Swords came out 3 times. So again, you don't have to keep asking why something keeps happening. Somebody just has to learn how to stop themselves from overthinking it and taking some kind of action. Get out of your head and get into taking some kind of action, because this is what you're moving towards, financial independence. And so again, there it is right there. I knew this card was going to come out, the King of Wands. Like I said before, people are watching you, Aquarius. I mean, really stalking kind of energies. You have a lot of great ideas. And again, you sharing your ideas, and you're even talking to, a new whomever. You never know who they know. And it could just be innocently sharing. So you're going to have to listen to your intuition, right? Here's a Hermit card. And be very meticulous in your, and making sure you are not attracting drama to yourself by oversharing, right? Here we also have the Hanged One. So Source wants you to really just start dreaming bigger. Spirit wants you to start dreaming bigger, right? So there's spirit and there's flesh. So when I'm talking about Source, I'm talking about your spirit, right? So the spirit wants you at your highest frequency to start thinking, okay, I need to think this through at the highest frequency. If I want to be married in business or married in love, and again, married in business would be like a new job or whatever, I'm going to have to stop letting everything that's in my brain come out of my mouth. I need to stop myself, right? I need to stop myself, because some people I'm telling you, some people get highly offended because they don't understand. Their ego won't let them get it. So once you see it one time, Aquarius, like I said before, hey, and move on. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying for you all so far. Again, happy birthday to you all, Aquarius. Don't forget to set your notifications to all, because I will be start doing birthday giveaways for Aquarius. And I know I have a lot of cross watchers that tune into Aquarius videos too, and I try to make it as fun as possible so anybody can win the giveaways. So don't forget to set your notifications to all. Don't forget to comment, as well. Don't forget to comment as well. So I can respond to your comments while I'm doing giveaways. So that's a hint where somebody's like, well, I do comment. Okay, that's just a hint, right? So yeah, so here are the questions for the moon in Cancer. That moon in Cancer, like I said, it's like a huge eternal mother wrapping her arms around you, right? So like in the spirit sense, or who would be like a mother figure where you feel like, okay, this is a safe space for me to come out of my shell and just kind of sort of, how sometimes you feel like, okay, you can go to grandma, or you can go to great grandma, or like a mother figure, maybe like an aunt or somebody, when you feel like, okay, you can just be yourself and it's not going to go anywhere. That's what a moon in Cancer feels like, right? Where you can go and heal your wounds and your traumas and, from your ancestors and the places where your feet have been planted on the planet, right? The planet Earth. I gotta be specific, because some of y'all been to the moon, but look, so in that spaceship, Aquarius. So no, we talking about planet Earth, right? So here are the questions for the moon in Cancer. Then I'm gonna give you the questions for the moon in Leo, for those of you all who like the questions. First question is, what makes you feel safe, Aquarius? You, not them and whoever, but what makes you feel safe? The second question is, where is your sanctuary, your place of peace and calm? Is it an inner state, a certain environment, a specific place? The third question is, do you know your female lineage, the stories of your mothers and grandmothers? The fourth question is, how often do you gather strength from the land and her waters, right? So again, the land would be obviously the earth, right? And then waters would be your emotions, right? And so the earth is also your physical body, and your emotions are her water. So where on earth have you planted your feet and you were able to express your emotions, like where you felt like it was a safe space? That's really, really important. So hopefully these questions help you. And then last but not least is, do you have sufficient solo time filled with self-care? Do you have sufficient solo time filled with self-care? And When you also think about soulmate energy too, do they feel safe opening up to you? Are you a safe space for them? Do you notice certain things in that you can say to them, hey, do you feel like it's a safe space to share with them as well? Don't worry about what you may think somebody can use against you at a later date at all. Don't even worry about that, because that would be the energy they're bringing upon on themselves. So, but right now I feel like somebody has somebody may be thinking marriage in mind, because the Lovers card came out. So Lovers card, by the way, is just about partnerships, right? So partnerships in love and or in business. That's why I said before, it could be a business marriage, or it could be a romantic, or both in this case here. And so you got to ask yourself, are you a safe space for people to talk? I know you all are, because you all are not that type of energy to go, share people's information and that kind of thing. But sometimes in your oversharing, you may not know that, some people are like tuned in, and it could be triggering for them as well. The questions for the moon in Leo. First question is, do you connect with your core daily? Do you connect to your core daily? That would be like any core strengthening exercise, like yoga core strengthening exercises, Pilates moves, even walking, connecting with your core. Sometimes people do like sitting in a chair and do leg lifts, whatever. You can talk with their doctor, but do you connect with your breathing exercises? Do you connect with your core, and strengthening that? The second question is, how do you express your creative side? The third question is your current wardrobe really expressing who you are? Fourth is, do you protect your energy and time by politely saying no to requests and invitations that are not aligned to your being? And then last but not least is, could you create more time and space for self-exploration and self-expression? Yeah. So, yep, you got all the questions for the moon moving from Cancer into Leo. Here we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Hierophant card. Here we also have the High Priestess, the Moon card, the Two of Cups, oh Lord, and the Star card. Okay. Star card came out twice, right? So there's some energies from your past that definitely want to resurface, Aquarius. They definitely want to resurface. And these are lower vibrating energies, right? So for them, it's all about image. And I want you all to keep this in mind. It's all about image. It's not about a sincere apology. They still have certain belief systems about you. But it's just that, again, people have been watching, right? And so... And because they don't have access to you in the way that they may have had before, even if you have kids together, or even if you have property or whatever together, because you're not just blurting out, what you may have blurted out in the past, Aquarius. Just your mood is just like, okay, you're kind of, maybe you're thinking, okay, but maybe your thinking is like, what new ideas can I come up with on this new job that I can really, really bring to the team? And, I've sat around and I've vetted everything, and I'm not trying to overstep any boundaries, but I'm so excited about all these new ideas, right? And whoever you could be in business with, or, starting the detachment of business, they could be like, okay, they seem like they're in a good mood. Okay, they don't seem like they sad or upset or frustrated because we're going our separate ways in business. Or like you're, when I say in business, I'm like you leaving a job, right? Because I do see somebody getting a new job, and your manager may be like, your current manager, for some of you all, may be like, doesn't seem like Aquarius is too angry. Like, they seem like they got something up their sleeve. Like, they seem a little bit too happy, right? That they leaving a job, and they may try to warm up to you to kind of sort of get some information. Okay, oh, where you going? Or what's happening next? Or, that kind of thing. Just like, oh no, again, keeping things close to the cuff, because when you move on, you're moving on in love. You're closing out a cycle in love and moving on, right? And then the same thing if you haven't talked to, because this right here, this moon card lets me know that there were some energies from your past that were very overwhelming for you because of their belief system about you. And so those energies trying to resurface, and here you're growing your soul community, right? New friends coming across your path, new job, new love interest for those of you, or some of you all, and High Priestess energy, right? So there's definitely some energies that want back into your life, but again, be careful, Aquarius, because they still have a certain belief system about you, and it's really about them being right about you, because they spread so much wildfire about you, Aquarius. It's not even about It's really not even about them even apologizing or wanting to have those conversations with you. They were just wrong. They were wrong and just being stuck and stuck on who you are. They didn't want to give you a chance to evolve, Aquarius. None of those things. And so your soulmate energy, again, you are sharing bits and pieces about yourself. They're sharing bits and pieces about themselves. Really kind of get, because it's levels to it. It's levels, so you don't swing the door wide open like you may have done in the past. Here we have the Knight of Pentacles. So you're definitely continuing to work. And here's the Knight of Pentacles, 9 minus 1, so this will be 8. Source is saying you have at least 8 streams of income. And this is what I was saying with you before. When you're trying to tell people the different forms of income, the various forms of income, and they want to just shut you down because for whatever reason, maybe it's triggering for some people, whatever the case may be, stop talking. Because it's same thing in your company. If some of you all have tried to share great ideas in your last company, they just shut you down. Okay, guess what? I'm not sharing that. I'll share that for my next wealthy place. Right here we have the Hierophant card, and this is when you know what your purpose is, right? You feel free, you feel more versatile, you're not just fixated on whatever you may have been fixated on in the past, oversharing, over talking, over blah blah blah, whatever. So very different you today. When I tell you this is a very wealthy year for everybody if they want it, it is, right? And so it's just again purging that part of their self that you're purging. Let's see what else we got, and we're going to go ahead and close this out, Aquarius. Let's go ahead and see, and let's go ahead and close this out. But yeah, you and somebody are a star, and so many people overshare on social media that when people go into attack, people are like, oh my God, I don't, yeah. So I definitely see you all not oversharing. Here we have the 3 of Hearts. Here we have the King of Hearts. Here we have the 3 of Wands, the 3 of Spades. We also have the 5 of Hearts. And then also the 4 of Hearts, right? So we have the 3, 5, and also the 4 of Hearts. Here would be water, right? So Source is saying to you, you're grateful that the past is behind you because there was a lot of lamenting going on and there was a lot of ruminating going on. There are some people from your past that are now lamenting. They're ruminating over you, and they wish that they weren't so busy in their moving around and their emotions and manipulating people or trying to manipulate people's emotions. That's why I said I'm trying to say this in the fairest way, Aquarius, because when you're you got to keep trying to prove to somebody something. That's a form of manipulation, right? That's why I'm saying, I said to you in the beginning, if you're trying to help somebody with their creative ideas and they shut you down, obviously a human emotion, you would get offended maybe, but you don't have to keep trying to overshare to prove to her, I know this is going to work. I know this is going to work. Just okay. If you're trying to share with somebody some ideas that you have and they try to shut it down, because a lot of you all went through that in your previous workplace to a point of burnout. You're not doing that this time. Okay. Just step back and I can read between the lines. Maybe it's something else I can learn in all of this, right? So the same thing for them, because they're still fixated on trying to manipulate your emotions so that you can believe that they're smart or that they're a good person or that they have purpose on this planet. You already know that. So they don't have to prove that to you. You're not stepping down off of your throne and think worse about them. It's just that you're not making room for their energy anymore. So here we have the 3 of Wands. Source is telling you to take a leap of faith moving forward. Take a leap of faith into the new job because it's going to be very different from the previous job. Take a leap of faith into these new friendships, very different from the old friendships. Take a leap of faith, into a new love relationship, very different from the past. And here you are on your throne of your emotions. That's why I said anybody from your past who is trying to resurface or prove to you something that's outside of your universe, you're not opening that door again. You're not trying to prove anything to them. That's their memory. Remember the Mercury. That was their factual memory, or that was their opinion. Hey, listen. You can agree to disagree without being disagreeable. You're not even talking about it anymore. You're moving on. Here we also have the 3 of Spades, right? So that ship has already sailed. You've already moved on from some deep disappointment or whatever the case may be. So yeah. You don't have anything negative to say about anybody from your past, but you also know how to protect your relationship. You already know how to protect your relationships, right? So very different you, so that you can make room for more wealth to come into your life. King of Wands, watching again. Four of Pentacles, the God card, the Star card. Here we have the Nine of Cups and the Two of Cups. Some kind of proposal is coming across somebody's path. So congratulations to you. It could be a job proposal for some of you all. It could be a romantic proposal. But again, your friendship group and your popularity is growing. Your star card came out 3 times. Your star is growing, right? Your star is becoming brighter and brighter and brighter, Aquarius. And here we also have the Nine of Cups, and a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. So Source is saying just add some structure to your thoughts. Add structure to your thoughts, right? Don't overthink it. Being conservative with your thoughts, because everything, when I tell you everything is lining up for you perfectly, Aquarius, and I'm seeing financial independence for you. You've been working really, really hard for. So again, some energies from your past that are watching every little move that you make. They watching every little move and that's what's happening now because of the wealth that's upon us, right? The number 8, right? Lots of wealth, and people want to reconnect. Some people want to reconnect to show you that, hey, they have a purpose too. You're not their God. You're not trying to be their God. You already know that you have a purpose, and so do they, right? There's many stars that's shining in the sky, so you don't have anything to prove to them. They don't have anything to prove to you. You've just moved on, that you're in a new phase of your life, and you're not going back to the past, allowing people's belief systems about you to overwhelm you. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense. Here we have Ascension. That's it. You're at a higher frequency. You've ascended. That's right. Your spirit, you're operating in spirit and not just solely in flesh, right? You are aware, of your fleshly desires to maybe overshare. And, I got all these great ideas. I got to tell everybody at work all these great ideas. But your spirit is saying, no, you got to look at it from a higher frequency. That so-and-so over there have some ideas they like to share too. And so, okay, all right, great. Maybe we can align ourselves. I can share my ideas with them, maybe off record. And so maybe we can actually build on that and bring that to the team for somebody, right? So I definitely see a lot of changes happening, Aquarius. This is really, really nice looking at your cards here. Really, really nice. Again, you're moving towards financial independence. So congratulations to you. Congrats. My future is full of light, and that is the truth. That's right. 28, 2 and 8 is 10. 10 is a number for instant manifestation, right? So you instantly manifested this. You're instantly manifesting this life, Aquarius. You're instantly manifesting this life. So, yeah. There's a lot of energies from your past that are watching. They want ex-friends, ex-love interests, ex-colleagues you used to work with, because your star is shining, but your popularity is growing. And so as your popularity grows, you have to decide, I'm not going to be fixated. I got 24 hours in a day. I'm not going to cut into my financial independence because I'm trying to prove a point. They are not happy without you. Yep, whoever it is, they are not happy without you, Aquarius. And again, like I said, they have a purpose. You have a purpose. Their energy would distract you from your purpose, and you're not interested in that. Definitely not interested in that. I think that's it for you all, Aquarius. Let me see if there's one last card. Hopefully those questions will help you as we're in the full moon phase right now. When you watch this video, we will be in the full moon phase. 3 days in, 3 days out. We're in the full moon phase. You can do those rituals, and there's rituals online you can look up as well. True offering. So true offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. That's it. You're returning it to love. Like I said, you don't have anything negative to say. And that's what's gotten somebody to where they are. Source is actually rewarding you for not having negative thoughts about people. Source is actually rewarding you for operating in your purpose. So when your thoughts want to go to a low frequency, somebody's like, nope, I need to move on from that negative thought and start thinking about putting together the grocery list or putting together, the soccer team or whatever you're doing, right? But that's what I'm saying for you all. And that's what's really, really, that's why Source is rewarding you with some things from your past. And that's why people are watching. Like, how in the world did Aquarius... It's going to be hard for some people to change their mindset because they're so fixated on dragging you to a lower frequency. Just stalker energy. I mean, you've moved on. Here we have the Ace of Diamonds. Here we have the 9 of Diamonds, Ace of Diamonds. We also have the the 8 of Wands. We also have the 10 of Wands, the Jack of Diamonds, and also the 5 of Wands. So, yep. So, like I said before, people are still battling their demons from the past. And sources saying to you, stay as far away from them as quickly as you possibly can and watch how quickly you start to see your wealth grow. I see you building a legacy with somebody, Aquarius. Again, financial independence. You are thinking about legacy. They're thinking about legacy. And guess what? You all have worked very, very hard on your legacy. And like I said, everything is lining up perfectly. Everything is lining up perfectly. You know, and there's almost to a point where it may actually scare you. A new company maybe say, okay, I can't believe this person came in here with all this wisdom and knowledge. You know, like I feel like I can just jump out of my seat and jump across that desk and hug Aquarius. But again, they've also been in situations themselves where they, believed in former employees, and then it may have been a disappointment. And the same thing with a new relationship for you all. Somebody may be like, I just feel like, well, I want to jump through the phone or, be up under Aquarius all the time. But again, whoa, slow down. Remember, sources say you don't have to overthink this. All you have to do is know when to stop yourself from saying things that's just in your brain. It's just coming out, spilling out all over the place. There's other forms of communication like journaling. Do that as well. So if it's in your mind, you're like, okay, let me control my thought. Let me journal this. Let me take these notes to a meeting and see what comes out of the meeting, and see if I can, help people build on that. So that's what I'm saying for you all, Aquarius. Thank you for joining me again. Happy full moon. We are in the full moon phase. That's right. We're in the full moon phase, Aquarius, in the full moon phase. Did we get a number for you all before we close this out? Again, happy birthday. I want to kind of give you all an extended reading for your birthdays. Don't forget to set your notifications to all, because I will be doing pop-up giveaways, right? Don't forget to set your notification for all. 88, I am wealthy. There it is. So you are on the cusp, Aquarius, of a prosperous and abundant spiritual life. You will find numerous opportunities for success and achievement, all of which will bring financial and material abundance into your life. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, Aquarius. If people are telling you they don't want your help, be okay with it. Hear them the first time. If their actions show you they don't want your help, read between the lines. They could be a whole lot of other things. You don't need to prove a point. That's what I have for you, and I will see you all on Freedom Friday. Bye.